So I just got my very first Android and my very first folding phone. It's a Galaxy Z Fold 8. The honeymoon and initial new gadget excitement, that's over now. So I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and I honestly really like it. It is definitely the best phone out there for me for the things I do. So here's what I like, don't like, and if you should buy it. So the main selling point of this foldable specifically that separates it from a lot of the other foldables and any foldable that Samsung's made is that it unfolds into a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is the same aspect ratio as like an iPad. So it's better for media consumption because the black bars are smaller than on a traditional square foldable. And then also the other thing that makes it so unique is because of that, it has to be in this smaller passport style shape on the cover screen. And I really like this cover screen. I think that if they made a normal slab phone that was this shape, I think I would consider it. It's very nice. It's very nice for one-handing. And there's just something about it, about the size, that just makes it very nice. I can't put my finger on it though. And it just looks good. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks so good. The phone just looks so good when it's closed. There are very few Samsung phones that look good. There are very few phones or any product at all with flat edges that look good. It is hard to pull off because round corners naturally look better. This phone pulled it off. Like, this just looks so good, and videos do not do it justice. This phone looks incredible. So then as far as cameras go, you have two 50 megapixel sensors. One's a ultra wide, one's a main. And I really wish they had added a telephoto so we could get more zoom. I don't really know if I've ever used the ultra wide on any phone or wished I've had an ultra wide for anything. But zoom I frequently miss. I miss that about my iPhone Air. And then it has a fingerprint reader on the power button, and it is one of the fastest that I've ever used, faster than the old iPhones. And then the speaker situation is interesting because it only has two speakers, one on the top and bottom, on like the front half, if that makes sense. So then when you unfold it, those speakers are here and here, so you only hear the audio coming out of here, so you don't perceive the stereo audio. So I would definitely recommend using some type of headphones if audio quality is important. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as I was expecting, but it's not great. So then when it's unfolded, it is extremely thin. They're pretty much limited by the USB-C port, as far as I can tell. Like, it's about as thin as the USB-C port, maybe half a millimeter thicker. There's a hole cut out for the selfie camera in there. I wish that they would have done like a hidden selfie camera or no selfie camera on the inner screen, just because you can have like this be the viewfinder and then use this as the selfie camera, and you have a selfie camera up there, so I don't know why you effectively need three selfie cameras, but okay. And it is more annoying than even like the notch on iPhones, because it gets in the way of like when you're reading, it'll block text, and it's very annoying. And then the crease, as you've probably seen online, with the new titanium layer that's under the glass, the crease is way, way less noticeable. It is more noticeable than when I got it, but compared to any other fold that I've looked at, it's way less noticeable, but we'll see how well it actually holds up. So then as far as actually using the phone unfolded, it sort of has this spring-assisted like opening, so it just kind of forces itself open. Of course, it's not doing it on camera, but it sort of forces itself open. So there is no flex mode, and you can't really just have it like sit like that. Tent mode works fine if you do it like that, but there is no flex mode. However, I do think it is way more satisfying to open and close than any other fold that I've felt. And then content consumption on the 4:3 display, like a YouTube video, is super nice because it's just this massive, nice AMOLED display. Then you can just fold it up, put it in your pocket when you're done. You basically get the advantages of a big phone and a small phone. And then for multitasking, it's super nice, because because you can do split screen. So for example, maybe I'll have like Chrome on one side, then the notes for the podcast on the other side. That's super nice. And then even just in apps that you're doing full screen, like a bigger screen is just nice. So even like Google Play, email, budgeting, all those, it's really nice. And then for stuff like calendar, where it really takes advantage of a big screen, being able to see the whole week or month on a bigger display, it's really nice. I haven't used any sort of MagSafe accessories with it yet. I don't know if I'm going to use a case on it or not. If I don't, I am going to put a sticker on it. But I have heard that because of this shape, it has a hard time lining up with some mounts. So bear that in mind. I will say that the One UI software is really, really thought out for multitasking and just really thought out in general. This is my first time really using Android or One UI, and it is way better than I expected. Thanks for watching.